minutes. Go get me a fresh J. Nice, freshy. What? I asked Cricket if he was happy to have his food, and he went, "Ah." Still pissed.
Well, you want out again, dude?
You gonna come out, or you gonna stay in? Decisions. You gonna stay in? You saw a banshee? Something coming up behind you in the dark is something that people like. I can tell you guys are afraid of that happening. I'm not. I'll be excited if some fucking gangly ghoul comes up behind me. Be like, oh, a gangly ghoul. Hope the bots don't infiltrate this one. I mean, I'll either just end it or I'll turn on the monkey button. One of the two. It'll be monkey button or riot. My sock cap. Banshees aren't inherently negative. They announce news in the family, sometimes deaths, but sometimes other things. Oh, well, that makes me feel a whole lot better about the banshee that you fucking saw, okay? Listen, you saw the fucking banshee. It's a message to you. It ain't a message to me. You saw the banshee. I didn't see shit. Hey, thanks, Eric. Yeah, messages for you, Phoebes. You saw the fucking banshee, not me. Had no message for me. That shit was all you. Have you seen the fires? I've seen the news about the fires. I have not seen the fires in person. Ooh. How are you? Pretty good. On a little road trip today. Little zoom, zoom, zoom. A little boom, boom, boom. Checking out the area. I would tell you some stuff about the trip, but it might reveal too much about where I am. I've never been to LA proper, and the maps seem like all of LA is going down. Well, I will be honest with you, I haven't spent much time looking at how the fires have developed today. But from what I saw, the fires are currently west of LA proper. And when people think LA, they're thinking DTLA, big tall skyscraper zones, the center part of LA. The fires that I know about are happening out west of that, in West Hollywood, in the Palisades, in Santa Monica, in not Ventura Beach, one of the beaches. Malibu Beach, yeah.
That was where I think Jeff Bridges' house was.
It's destroying a lot of residential areas, though, yes. But you have to understand, like, if you've never even cut through LA, you have no concept of the size of LA. If that much of a average-sized American city burned, it would be like most of the city is burned, you know? But for LA, it's, yeah, I mean, LA is...
What, like 10% of it?
I wouldn't even say it's that, probably. If you're talking about the whole basin, all of LA County, no. Probably not even 10% on fire. But, I mean, that's a lot on fire. If it's 5% of LA on fire, that's an insane fire. Mayor of LA did cut the budget of the fire department. I have to be honest with you, with this fire, there was nothing that the fire department could have done. I mean, no amount of preparation is going to stop the Santa Ana winds blowing embers from place to place. There just aren't enough fire engines in the United States.
Like they had to call in from
They called in hundreds.
Over.
They called in hundreds
Canadians
of fire engines. There. Yeah, they got Canadian planes dropping on it. It's just like that budget cut had nothing to do with this fire. You know, not that I think is a good thing they slashed the budget, and maybe it would have helped a little, but nothing was that going to happen. Nothing was going to stop this fire. This fire was a destiny. It was a destined fire that we in California have been talking about. Well, I'm not in California anymore, but where I'm from, they've been talking about the Palisades burning, Malibu burning, a fire burning all the way inland to the sea. They've been talking about that for 20 years. And there's no fire engine that you can turn on that's going to stop 90-mile-an-hour Santa Ana winds blowing an active wildfire. It's just get out of the way. Do what you can to protect the stuff on the perimeter and get out of the fucking way of it. It's the same with the earthquake that's meant to happen at some point. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that LA's got on its plate. At some point, the San Andreas is going to slip, and LA is going to get shaken to rubble. They've been saying that shit since I was a child. They've also been saying that the parts of LA that are on fire are going to burn since I was a child. So it's very much not a matter of if, but a matter of when. Do you need reservations to your hobo camp? Nah, dude, your mom just walked right over. She doesn't pay in cash, though. You're going to need to bring $5 for the community pot. Your mom pays otherwise. Gabe Newell has really let himself go. Still richer than you are, fucking loser. Does the massive amount of water that's sucked out of the valley and surrounding hills have anything to do with the spread of these fires? No. So the LA reservoirs, I saw news stories that they didn't allow the spillways enough and they didn't fill the reservoirs enough. But when I actually looked into it, and Amelia looked into it, the reason fire hydrants were going dry was not because there was no water in the reservoirs. It was because there was no water pressure because so many fire hydrants were open.
It wasn't me that looked into it. I think it was Scotty on the show.
Oh, was it? I thought it was
yesterday.
you. I thought it was me and you talking about
I
that.
think it was the show yesterday.
But yeah, it's a water pressure issue, not a water issue specifically.
It's just that many fire hydrants running at once in any city is probably
Yeah.
hard.
I saw on the news you were the heaviest person alive. Damn, dude. The world must be doing way better than... If I'm the fattest motherfucker on the globe, the world, like, obesity rates must be plummeting. That's fantastic. Are you close to LA? Yes and no. I'm everywhere. Where you at? Where you at, homeboy? I'm in the dark. Where you at? One of the main issues was the eucalyptus. Yep. So the entire valley where I grew up is filled with eucalyptus groves. These are invasive species that are wildfire prone, and they are all over the valley, all over LA, all over the basin. So it's palm trees and eucalyptus groves. Where's the good weed? If you don't know, I ain't telling you, bro. West Coast, West Coast. That's all I'll tell you. Sometimes I see somebody out fucking east or down. Like, my favorite is when you guys know what I'm talking about. You run across a weed streamer. You're like scrolling through shorts or whatever. You run across a weed streamer. And they're from Florida. It's always this, dude. Florida guy's like, yo, what it do? About to roll up a doobie. And he shows you the weed and it's dirt. And you're just like, damn. That's a goddamn shame. That's the life of an East Coaster, man. You don't get that Cali pack back east. Why do the worst people go to the Florida? Well, look what it is. It's the big smelly dick of America, dude. It's a big uncircumcised wiener of America. That's why all the famunda goes there, dude. All the famunda cheese makes its way down to the end of the dick. Floridians are the smegma of America. Yes, they're the schmegs. The dregs and the schmegs. Thoughts on California? The greatest state in the nation. Everybody hates because everybody can't be it. You know what I mean? That's basically the plight of California. It's the most beautiful, best state in the union, and so every other state is hella jealous. So you got people in Kansas going like, at least I don't live down in California. You know what I mean? It's fucked. But we take the slings and arrows, you know what I mean? Favorite place in California? Pismo Beach, California. Yeah, that was my family stomping grounds when I was a kid. Too many liberals for me in California. Beautiful place, but no. Tell me you've never been to California without telling me you've never been to California. You realize that it was 58-42 in California when it came to Democrat-Republican vote, right? Now, that's a pretty healthy margin, but 42% of California is country as fuck. I was raised in the country part of California, inland in the San Joaquin Valley. I know this guy got fired for looking at porn at work. No, that's not me, bro. I'd never get fired. I always get away for looking at porn at work. Pismo is nice. Pismo is beautiful. It's the most beautiful stretch of beach in California. It's my favorite place on the planet. Yep. Outside of Los Angeles, San Francisco, and like some of the surrounding areas of those big metro areas, California is pretty solidly red. It's just that those two cities make up a profound amount of the population of California, respectively. So, Avila is cool. Well, it's right there. I mean, I consider Avila to be on the Pismo Crescent. You know what I mean? Like Pismo, when I say Pismo, what I'm really talking about is Avila to Oceano and past to the dunes. So the big crescent of Pismo there goes all the way down to the Oceano dunes. San Diego is really pretty, although it's super packed, like super overpopulated and hyper expensive. It's one of the most expensive zip codes in California for a general house or apartment. Well, Florida's awful, bro. Thoughts on crop dusting? Am I supposed to have thoughts on it? I've seen a bunch of it out. I grew up around it. Central Valley of Cali is way too fucking hot. I don't know how people can live through that. That's why I left, bro. That's why I moved to a place that's fucking cold. Because I couldn't do another summer, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this, and this you can take my word for it or not, right? I grew up in this right in the center of the Central Valley of California, and this heat where it's like 115 for fucking 60% of the summer is new within the last 15, 20 years. When I was growing up, dude, I could count on one hand the amount of days that went up over 100 in the Central Valley. Most of our summer was 90, you know what I mean? Hella good, like shade, sit out on your lawn weather and sip some fucking cold beer type of shit. Not anymore. Not anymore. So, I don't know if you're a climate change believer or whatever, but take it from me, shit is real. Well, there's going to be some major changes in the areas that have burned, Matt. So I suspect that there's going to be pretty big swaths up against the ocean right on the beach that the city is just not going to grant permits for. Like the city, like there are some houses that were built down there. I was talking about this on the show the other night too, in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, where, you know what I mean, it was just one house on the beach for miles of beach. Some rich fuck bought it. And now all of those houses have burnt down and the coastline is unobstructed again. And I don't know that the city is going to allow, I think there's going to be a lot of lawsuits because I don't know that the city is going to allow some of those people that are built right on the beach to rebuild their shit. They've been trying to get those people out of there for a long time. Well, the shorelines are eroding and they're a giant eyesore. It's like for a huge stretch of Highway 1 part that burned down, right? Through the Palisades and into Malibu Beach, right? It's just you can't see the ocean because there's just houses right on the beach, literally right on the beach. And people in LA and in the surrounding area have hated these houses for a long time. And now pretty much all of them that I know of, the ones in the most controversial area, have burned. And it's going to be interesting to see whether the city grants the permit for rebuilding there. I would be shocked, honestly, if they did. But I guess those people that own those properties probably got a lot of money to throw around. Money is power. Donald Duck is blaming Gavin Newsom for the fires. That's like blaming the governor of Louisiana for a hurricane hitting it. You know what I mean? Like, this is no different. And anybody thinking about it that's thinking that it's different just doesn't know how wildfires work and doesn't live in a wildfire zone. Wildfires are a natural disaster Even if they're fucking started by arson, the spread of that fire is absolutely natural. And by the way, it's probably not going to be arson for the LA fire. I called this a few days ago. It's going to be a downed PG&E line. It's going to be a faulty transformer. PG&E has burned huge swaths of the Sierra Nevada and coastal range, like mountainous areas in California. There's a city that I used to go to all the time as a kid. It was about an hour and a half outside of Madera, but up in the foothills bordering on the mountains. It was called Oakhurst. It still exists. You can still go there. That whole fucking town burnt out. Oakhurst. You can look it up, man. There was a huge fucking fire 5-10 years ago. Just burnt every fucking building in Oakhurst. Did you hear about the woman who was arrested for arson in Cali? She fled to Pennsylvania. No. Edison's towers were on, got whipped 80 miles an hour, wind and debris, and thus the Easton fire. Oh, yeah. And that was like the prettiest little fucking tiny mountain town, too. And now it's just gone. Another place I used to go all the time, Dinky Creek. Like all of the places I used to camp and walk that creek burned. You know what I mean? It doesn't even look the same anymore. They don't even let you on a lot of Dinky. So these are just like local fucking places that, but all of those, both of those fires were PG&E fires. It's going to be way more than 150 billion. I'm just letting you know right now. I took a look right before I started this, and all of the headlines say that the fires are actually worsening today because the winds have picked back up. So all of the progress made yesterday when the winds died down, the firefighters got, now it's all done again. Now they're all fucking going again. So it's going to be way more than $150 billion when all is said and done. You're going to be looking at, you know what? You want to know what the estimates, I think? It's going to be 300 billion if it's $1. 300. That's my estimate when all is said and done. I think it's already way more. Yeah, 2.5 times the size of Manhattan is on fire in California. People just don't understand. The size of California is daunting. If you went all the way to San Diego, California, right? And you wanted to drive all the way up to Weed, California on the very fucking northern border, you would drive all day in California. You would start at noon down in San Diego County, and you would arrive in Weed, California, maybe 19 hours, 18 hours later, give or take, depending on how straight a shot. And that's just all in California, right? I'm from Belgium. My country fits in the fire. Yeah. Well, there's tons of little countries. Like the entirety of Rhode Island is burning in California, and then some. Luxembourg is burning in California. You know what I mean? Do you think these fires will affect Gavin Newsom's presidential ambitions? No. Only if, okay, if he fucks up, right? A lot of people say, who you already fucked up. He's not going to fucking cop all the blame for this shit. If he fucks up in his response to this, if he doesn't make something available, if he lags on some aid, he could hurt himself. But the fire alone has the chance to actually distinguish him. Like, remember, you know, people tend to look to their authority figures in times of trouble and disaster. And if Gavin Newsom just limbers up all them federal fucking dollars and gets everybody everything they need, he'll be remembered fondly in California for that. And California tells the rest of the nation how they feel, how they dress, what they eat, what music they listen to, etc. Why didn't he run in 2020 again? Yeah, I don't know. I think he might have had a chance to make a run at it in 2020. Do you think America is making mistakes tearing out dams? Depends on the dam, right? Didn't New Scum just buy a house in LA? I have no fucking clue what New Scum does. Like you got to find a Fox News watcher to find somebody that sniffs New Scum's balls close enough to know what his itinerary is. That ain't me. I don't give a fuck what he's up to. Right? Yeah, they had Joe Biden. You're right. What was I thinking? Why would we need anybody but Joe Biden? Do you think this is the worst wildfire we will have throughout the years we've had wildfires? This may be one of the most damaging wildfires in American history. It may already be that. So yeah. I mean, just the population density in the area that's burning is something that you have to see to believe. 350 billion if it's $1 at least. And that depends on them being able to control it. If it burns closer into fucking Hollywood and shit, the damage could be immeasurable at that point. I mean, you're talking about it burning some of the most historic places in California, some of the most culturally relevant places in California. The damage could be incalculable at that point. And it is very, very, very possible that these fires could spread all through fucking Hollywood. Parts of Santa Monica Boulevard, the famous fucking Sunset Strip, have burned. So it's like some of this shit that's down there, not really replaceable by dollars. You know? Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even Cali and I'm not trying to shit on other places, right? That's kind of an incendiary thing to say, but it is true. California is the cultural center of the United States. Hollywood is here. The music industry is here. The movie industry, a whole fuck ton of the tech industry and the video game industry right here. So the trends in California tend to leach everywhere else in the country. That's what I mean when I say that California tells you how to dress, what to think, what you care about, what you're into, what you listen to, what you eat, what you drink, etc. Yeah, New York radiates its own cultural bubble for sure, but it's nowhere near the size of California's. California does more to influence New York than New York could ever dream of doing to influence California when it comes to this type of stuff. Because New York doesn't have the movie industry. It doesn't have the music industry. It's not the hub of culture and fashion. Maybe it was at one point. Not no more. There is no modern hip hop without California. There's no modern hip hop without the East Coast. There's no modern hip hop without the South. Modern hip hop is a all across the United States endeavor. What's your educational background, formally or informally? Where did you adopt your values and perspective? I appreciate it. I'm a high school graduate, college dropout. I went to Fresno State University for a little while, Fresno City College for a little while, and did some units there. I went back about 4 different times and failed. Well, I didn't fail, just dropped out. And my perspective, I kind of blame that on being raised in a blue collar household. You know, my dad was a mechanic. My mom drove a forklift. They were union factory workers. And everybody that surrounded me was in that same boat. So that's kind of where I think my perspective comes from. Modern hip hop is largely Southern influenced. Yeah, the Dirty South did provide a whole lot of draw, but the last time I checked, homie, arguably the most popular rapper in the world right now is from Cali. Welcome one morning up the broccoli. I don't like him, but there's no denying that Kendrick Lamar probably gets more spins than every other fucking rapper right now. Keep a horn on me, yeah, that come I see. I'm not a big fan, as you can tell. I think he sounds like a Muppet, but you can't deny what's popular. Even when they're not from Cali, they become from Cali. Yeah. Most of the time. Most of the time. Now, I will say a lot of Dirty South rappers will stay right in their fucking hood. But most of the time, people get to a certain size, they're living in Calabasas. They're living in fucking, you know what I mean? They're living up in the hills. Ever thought about going on Soft White Underbelly and sharing your perspective on things to a wider audience? Yeah, I don't know how, like, I'm pretty sure that dude just finds people he finds interesting. I don't think you, like, reach out to him and go, like, hey, dude, I want to be on your show. Nor do I think I could sell myself. I think I'm a good conversationalist, but I don't know if I'm interesting enough to be on that show. Like, as a like a character study, you know what I mean? Get an agent. Oh, all right, I'll get an agent. You know of any agents? Got any business cards? Wow. He an expert on fires in Cali. No, I'm not. I was just born and raised in Cali. I know the area that's burning. How about TJ with that truffle shuffle? Bro, I knew I was going to be able to beat it. I was like, fuck, he brought it all. I've never, I have never seen so many ripples of fat going different directions at once. He had every part of him going a separate, unique direction. It was fucking mesmerizing. It was mesmerizing to look at. I gotta go back. Somebody's gotta loop a gif of that. Somebody's gotta loop a gif of that. Is TJ fatter than me? TJ's way taller than me, so I really don't know. I really don't know how it would shake. Well, I guess he's not way taller than me, but he is taller than me. I don't know how that would shake out BMI wise. I really don't care. It's not a race. It's not a competition for me. It's good to know, I guess, but yeah, TJ's truffle shuffle game is unbeatable, bro. Yeah, it might have caused the Santa Ana winds, dude. The winds off of that truffle shuffle might have fed them fires, dude. Dude, I called him out. I called him out on the carpet, and he stepped up and fucking delivered, bro. I've never seen anything like that truffle shuffle. It was beautiful. Yeah. We've got to get TJ to do the truffle shuffle in one of those in front of one of those like Phantom 4000 FPS cameras or whatever. So, you know, the one where you can see the bullet going into the apple. We need to film and just track how many different vectors of movement, right? And where and the interactions between them as they bounce into one another. It actually blew my mind. Like, I almost just tapped, but I was like, well, I got to get up and at least try. But dude, I didn't even get close. I didn't even come close, bro. My truffle shuffle was like mid, you know, super mid. And his was like world class. World class. Yeah, I don't, because I couldn't get my shit to move like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fat, but I guess I'm like more solidly fat. TJ's got all kinds of stuff. Like, it was just, I'm gonna have to ask him how he did that, because that was fucking crazy. That was wild. His game was crazy. Astonishing. That was like, once again, dude, maybe the greatest truffle shuffle I've ever seen in my life. I can't think of one that's better. Not off rip. I've seen people way fatter than TJ do it. People way floppier than TJ could ever dream of being do it. But I've never seen that type of motion. I literally, I didn't know it was possible. You just reported me for smoking? Cool. Hey, everybody. I'm a retarded fucking snitch. It's like, wow. Dude, is it really come to that? You know you're not going to get no positive attention, so you're just going to go like on the negative attention? Like, that's pretty fucking retarded, bro. Hey, everybody. I'm a gigantic snitch. It's like, whatever. You look like Sam Hyde from a discount store. These "you look like" jokes are whack. Like, this is like the lowest fucking low tier shit. They are whack, bro. Like, you kids have really got to move to the next level on your insult game, because this "you look like" insert fat dude with a beard shit is like fucking entry level, bro. It's like beyond. It's like a granddad joke. Not even a dad joke. It's like,
What's your creepy uncle joke?
yeah, creepy uncle joke at best. Yeah, dude, the insult game has gotten fucking lame in this generation, bro. He looks like Hagrid. Oh man, dude, do I need to go buy a coloring book to diss you now? Is that the level we're at?
Did you say the chat had a hard time triggering you yesterday?
Yeah, the chat just was fucking like, I thought they were gonna bring it. Do you ever get depressed that we'll never have the early internet environment again? The nostalgic 2005 to 2013 compilation video. Yeah, I mean, no, not really, dude. I don't have many good, because like for me, I always wanted more speed out of the internet. Like, for me, the thing that was stymieing from the jump about the internet was if you wanted to do anything on it, it took fucking forever for anything to load. And that really typified the older internet, dude. Was just slow than molasses, laggy ass shit. And I don't miss that, bro. I do miss before it was all like codified and owned by 3 big tech companies and all that. That was kind of neat. Like, I liked forums and, that type of stuff.
I mean, those still exist.
Yeah, but they suck now. Nobody's, they just don't have the same cultural relevance.
Yeah.
Jake Paul literally recorded a dead body and is still on YouTube. I mean, I'm no Jake Paul. You know what I mean?
Yeah, YouTube's terms and policies get more lenient the more money you make.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Beast could probably whip his dick out and not get banned, They might take the video down and give him a stern talking to. I whip my dick out right here, I'm banned. There's no appeal, right? Well, that makes sense. Mr. Beast is making the millions and I'm not.
Like, you see all the big conservative commentators getting away with all the hate speech and shit.
Oh, yeah. That is wild.
I think that butt waxing thing might have gotten a pass just because it was so viral.
The butt waxing?
Remember that guy that got away with the butt waxing?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think it was more about the fact that he had a very average ass. I think if it was somebody with a big, giant, cheesy ass that had done that, it would have been banned. There's something more salacious the bigger an ass gets, and he had a tight little twink ass. You know what I mean? If it was some chick with a bubble butt that did that, it'd have been over. Over, Jover. If it was a dude with a bubble butt. I didn't even know those existed until a few years ago. TJ took me down, like, a rabbit hole on a show. Mm-hmm. He was like, wait a minute, let me show you, dude. I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. I never met one of those.
A lot of them hide it, probably.
Yeah, a lot of them probably ain't flaunting it. Or at least not flaunting it in a way that would draw the eye, You have a soothing voice. I know. I'm Mr. Soothing. I wonder sometimes if I could, pull off a whole other persona. Just have, a gaming channel But be one of these calm gaming channels. It's like, hey guys, welcome to episode 42 of Roads to Power, Crusader Kings 3. I'm the Macedonian Juggernaut, here to take you through our campaign. Because there's tons of people out there getting hundreds of thousands of views a video doing that.
Mm-hmm. Do you think your voice generally matches what you look like, or you think...
I don't know. What do you think?
I'd say it's a pretty good match.
You think?
I'm not good at, like, guesstimating that. I know, like you said, like, some YouTubers, like, they look way different than what you thought they looked like.
Yeah, sometimes people are kind of shocked at how a person looks. I think I don't get that a lot, but I show myself a lot too, so it's not like people don't see me and hear me. Dude, Jorge Rodriguez rocks with me so heavy, he said that 19 times in a row. He rocks with me. He must rock with me fucking super heavy, dude. Mike Tyson's voice never matched for me. Yeah, he's a good example of a dude that doesn't sound like you'd think he'd sound.
And Steve is a great example.
Steve?
TJ's stepdad.
Oh, yeah, Steve, yeah. That is true. Steve's got a distinctive voice about him.
That does not look like...
It doesn't look like it comes out of him, but it does. No, thank you, baby. Ooh. It's pretty fucking cold. Not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking cold. I want to see Tyson do a Shakespearean sonnet. To be or not to be, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or in that outrageous fortune to die, to sleep, no more. To sleep, perchance, to dream. I don't watch Squid Game. You fucking kidding me? Tyson was in The Princess Bride. Who would he play, though? Inigo Montoya? That'd be a pretty... I think he could pull it off. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I was thinking about cracking my Shakespeare. I thought about it the other day, and I was like, man, I know I used to have a repertoire of quotable Shakespeare in my head because I was working in Shakespeare all the fucking time. And all these years later, man, I've lost most of it. So I think I need to dive back into my Shakespeare. I'm starting to feel like I might need to jump back into my Shakespeare. I think it might be fun. Maybe I'll learn some soliloquies, and I'll do them for you guys. That'd be cool. It would be way easier for me to get it than probably somebody starting having never read Shakespeare, for sure. I would unlock bits and pieces of it if I started to study some of the things I really used to have down. I used to Shakespeare as well. It's like a muscle. Yeah. It's also like riding a bike, though. I think I could jump right back into it. Did Custom Auto hypothesize Tyson to become the best? No, I think he recognized that Mike Tyson is kind of a freak. Like his speed and power at the age that he was boxing at was kind of fucking legendary. And I think Custom Auto saw him and was like, well, like, I think he was probably one of those trainers that trained every boxer differently, depending on the boxer he was working with. And he just trained Mike to his aptitudes. Did the peekaboo, Custom Auto peekaboo style, which gets him inside for these super nasty uppercuts and hooks. And, you know, didn't really like train super hard stamina because it was about getting in somebody's fucking face, getting outside of the range of their big haymakers and knocking them the fuck out. Both Cuss and Tyson were once in a lifetime boxing people that happened to come together. Yeah, that is true. Am I Jewish? Does it matter? I refuse to answer that question. I refuse. I'm Jewish if you think I'm Jewish. I'm not Jewish if you don't think I'm Jewish. You can guess. But I don't answer questions that I don't think the answer matters. Should we purchase Greenland? No, we should just take it. What the fuck is Denmark gonna do? Why purchase it? It sounds expensive. Sounds expensive as fuck. Let's just take it. Just sail up there and be like, you know, start setting up the McDonald's and shit, offloading the golden arches, bulldozing all of the natural beauty to make condos and all of that, right? What are they gonna do? Excuse me, but please stop it. I don't think they're gonna stop us. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, manifest destiny, yeah. And be honest, I think we should do the same thing with Canada and Mexico, too. I think both of those just fall right over. And now it's like the United States of North America. You know what I mean? No, I think we need to move south. I think we need north. We just snag Canada because we already got, we got the best part of Canada. We got Alaska. We just take the rest that nobody wants. But we just solidify our control over that area. Maybe we'll put like warehouses or something there. I don't know. But then I think we need to move south. I think we need to take Mexico, Central, and South America, basically. All of these places are just like basically like America 2 Latin Boogaloo. Let's just make it official. You know what I mean? Let the eagle soar. Then, after we've solidified all that, I think we finally get rid of the welfare state that is Europe and we just make it Eastern USA. You know what I mean? It's the East United States. It already is, to the tune of like, I don't even want to think about how much fucking money and effort goes into propping up those fucking wishy-washy places, dude. It's just time to let the eagle soar. So we get them. Then we do Operation Simultaneous Hydra Decapitation and take out Russia as well. We take Russia. And then what? You know what I mean? Then it's on the rest of the world. What do you want to do? Take Ukraine. Yeah. I mean, we're going to take it all eventually, but we're not going to like land there and take it first. No. It's going to be Normandy too. We're just going to take the whole thing. Planet America. Yeah. Anyway, it's too cold. I